ऐसा नहीं सोचा था कि इतनी जल्दी इतना सडन सब कुछ इतना हो जाएगा, एंड इट वाज सो ओवरवेलमिंग बीइंग अ प्रोड्यूसर, आल्सो हैंडलिंग सो मेनी थिंग्स, आल्सो लर्न सो मेनी थिंग्स, एंड हाउ इट placed me on the global industry map with work and myself, who I am as a person, working together, balancing it, and learning is beautiful.
Hello and welcome to the Film Critics Guild. My name is Sachin Chatte, and with me today I have a very special guest. Well, how do I put it plainly? She's admirable, she's sweet, and she's super talented. With us, we have Rima Das with us. Rima, thank you so much for joining us. I know your bags are ready and you're all set to leave for Berlin for the European premiere of Village Rockstars 2, which has already won so many laurels wherever it has been screened, starting with Busan, where it won the Kim Jiseok Award. All the very best for Village Rockstars 2 in Europe, and hopefully we
Thank you
also
so much.
hope to see it soon in India in the theaters as well. We
Yeah.
already saw it at Mami and bunch of other festivals. It was also at IFK. Then recently it was in the Aurangabad Film Festival as well. So Rima, we'll talk about Village Rockstars a little bit and also about your journey in cinema. But let's start with your journey in cinema first. I believe you came to Bombay first to become an actress, and and eventually became a filmmaker. So tell us about your love with cinema. How did it start and when did it start?
It was quite spontaneous. I think around two, 2007 around, I started watching movies. Actually, that time I got exposed to world cinema. I grew up watching Bollywood films, but it didn't come to me to make a movie because I thought it is quite in larger scale, and that didn't understand how to do it. But when I started watching world cinema, somehow it just spontaneously came to me. I would be able to tell stories. So it
Right.
is more than because I didn't know the technicalities of film. So it was always, I mean, it was more falling in love with that visual medium and telling stories. That was, I think, my intention. And also, I thought I would act, I'd be able to act in my own films, creating kind of roles I would love to do. But after my first film, I acted in my first feature film, Man with the Binoculars. But somehow I thought, whatever, later on, I was not happy with the film. And then I felt like, I should, I mean, I had to give up acting. And also, I think my passion, it was growing with my first feature film. I realized a lot of things, even although I didn't enjoy because we shot that film just 24 days, and there were a lot of things, chaos happening in the set also. I didn't enjoy, but I mean, direction, it became my priority. I'm glad today that I was able to take that decision that time, because it is all about decision. When you are taking a decision and you have clarity of thoughts, what you want and what you love and what you need to do, then I think it become, your path become easier. And that's how somehow it was a big dream. It was not small, क्योंकि मैंने पढ़ाई, I did my masters, I cleared my net exam. After that, got into acting, giving my time. So that was also big dream. But somehow I think some force, sometimes it helped you to take decisions. And that's from that time when I met these beautiful children in my village. I just pick up my camera. I didn't know anything about the camera, cinematography, but I had that camera, and that's how I probably just started.
Is the actress within you still lurking around? Is she still there somewhere? And does she wake up sometimes, or have you put her to rest permanently?
Sometimes it's not forever she is resting or sleeping. I mean, it is there, but it is kind of probably, oh, I'd love to probably do one film like that. It is nothing, I'm not crazy about it, because this is where, when I'm making a film, that I feel liberated. And it's, I feel like behind the camera is more, it is better and nicer,
Right.
and it doesn't have that kind of look good factor, and it's also a lot of pressure. So I think I won't be able to handle it. I might if I really, I look at it. I mean, that I want to do it, but that kind of decision I have not taken yet. So now I'm enjoying. And with these films, what I have done so far, I still like it is more like a learning for me. I have been that Womendas, he is here in India. So when I was listening to him, watching his movies, and somehow I feel like, oh, I've just started, you know, a lot more to probably do and explore. So that hunger is there, and I'm happy with that.
It's very humble of you to think that way, because most of people will say that you've already achieved a lot. You're like a one-woman army. You've already made 4, 5 films now, and all of them have been, terrific in their own right. And of
Yeah.
course, produced, directed, edited, shot by Rima Das is itself a statement when we see the credits roll at the end of it. So, in your own right, you have already achieved, a significant lot.
That is the thing. That is the thing because I achieved probably playing so many roles in films. But for me, the hunger is still when I was doing that film in my Melbourne. There was a crew, nice setup, production, value, everything like so. Sometimes there are limitations also when I am doing everything. I'm doing things when I know I am thinking and imagining, and I know somehow that I can execute this, but the ideas are now coming. I'm writing where I know that I need collaboration, where I can also evolve, and that collaboration will be more enjoyable. I learn how to play with the light because I'm not trained. Like I started shooting my film just like that. It is naturally, I mean, whatever I understood, I was doing that. So I don't know also how to lit up if it is something I'm working like shooting indoor. So
Yeah.
I mostly shoot my films outside because somehow I understand natural light. So there are things lot to be, I mean I need to learn, and being in creating those very beautiful images. When I looked at the film like Mood for Love, I really want to explore and looking for collaboration. And I'm
Yeah, I
glad
think.
that I achieved because I was probably focusing telling stories, right? So that's how it worked for me. And thanks for all your love. I have been doing this. This is my Village Rockstars 2, my fifth film. It is all because of love and support from the people. So that's the reason I could able to continue my journey. So it's all, I think I'm really thankful and grateful to the people.
Right. Well, you've done some wonderful work, and that's why people
Thank
love your
you.
work.
Thank
Uh,
you.
you mentioned about your roots in Assam. You also mentioned your masters, which I believe you did in Pune.
Right.
Was there a moment, any time that that a switch flipped where you thought like, okay, I want to make film now? Was there any moment, or was there anything that happened, or was it a gradual over a period of time?
It just happened when I started watching movies in Mumbai, I think. I was looking for acting job, and also I was not getting kind of roles I would have loved to do that time. And that also, I think, somehow inspired me, motivated me that it would be nice that I would be able to write, direct something, and also act. But it was just love for cinema, and it just happened spontaneously. I don't exactly know that point, but
Right.
never ever during my college studying, I never thought to make movies. Yeah.
And how difficult was it to make the first film when you made Village Rockstars? And of course, all the love that it got. Uh,
Right.
so, as you mentioned, you're not trained. You're not a trained filmmaker, and especially when you are handling departments of cinematography and other departments with your friends and family, mostly family, if I'm not mistaken. How difficult or how uphill was that task?
There were a lot of difficulties, there were a lot of challenges, but I never looked at that side because I wanted to make a movie, which could also that time satisfy my soul. I started I mean, Village Rockstars by my own autonomously because I didn't enjoy making the first film. Having that camera, and I also felt privileged to be that place with the people and eating my mom's cooked
Home
food.
cooked food.
So being there, I think it was, I felt privileged. There were, I mean, challenges. I was hungry, I think, I remember my first film also, I sent to I sent to Cannes, and then I just submitted the film, and when it was not selected, then I was crying in the road. I came from that innocence space where I just thought that I would reach there. I didn't have the sense of मतलब कैसे बताऊं वो practically पॉसिबल है नहीं पॉसिबल है मैंने उस पर ध्यान नहीं दिया आई इवन नेवर थॉट कि वो इतना छोटे सा कैमरे से वहां तक पहुंचेंगे क्या ये सब इतने सारे लोग रहते हैं व्हेन क्रेडिट रोल्स हम इस लेवल पे इस तरह से भी फिल्म बनती है क्या और इज देयर एनीवन इन द वर्ल्ड व्हाट आई वाज डूइंग दैट टाइम कि जस्ट ऐसे ही कैमरा लेके फिल्म बन सकती है सो वो सब मैंने कभी सोचा ही नहीं था
And did you shed tears of happiness when Village Rockstars
आई
got all the
डिड
love that
यस
it was
यस
India's entry at the Oscars, it won the national award, it won so many laurels at the time.
Yes, yes, I did. It was, I always keep saying that it's like it was like a fairy tale journey because I had dreams, लेकिन मैंने ऐसा नहीं सोचा था कि इतनी जल्दी इतना सडन सब कुछ इतना हो जाएगा and it was so overwhelming being a producer also handling so many things also learned so many things and how it placed me on the like global industry map also. So everything happened so sudden. I mean, I had a dream. Because of that dream, I was shooting Village Rockstars for 3 years. Because मुझे लगा कि जब तक मुझे ऐसा लगा कि इनफ इज इनफ जब तक मुझे नहीं लगा तब तक मैं काम करती रहूंगी तो इट वाज देयर बट आई वाज नॉट रेडी कि ये फिल्म को सक्सेस मिल जाएगी तो हाउ आई वुड बी एबल टू हैंडल ऑल
On to it, yeah.
coming with success. So that was quite overwhelming.
But as you said, you took 3 years to make Village Rockstars, but it didn't take you very long to make your next film. Then Bulbul Can Sing
Yeah.
came
Yes.
was
Yes.
made relatively very fast.
True. So that is what I have been doing actually. That is something sometimes I feel like I should control. Because of that also it took some time to collaborate with other people because I was probably my journey in Mumbai as an actress or what I was how I was doing it here deeply somehow affected me, my mental health, my physical health. I was really scared. So that was also one, and something also happened in my personal life. So it everything scared me. तो कहीं मुझे लगता है I was in that cocoon, I wanted to be there in a safer place. I had immense freedom. I felt liberated to be there and shooting something because it was for me a safe place because I was not feeling safe when I was looking for acting job and suddenly and even when I was making my first feature film also I didn't feel liberated because there were a lot of things people's expectations and it was not satisfying. I was not comfortable. But when I with Village Rocks, it was quite liberated for me. And then it was like in so many festivals, and it was kind of reviews and love we had. उसके बाद और कहीं ना कहीं शायद मैं डर भी गई because I had that feeling would I be able to if that time quite a lot of people production houses also approach me but कहीं ना कहीं मैं decision नहीं ले पा रही थी but then I did a short film produced by Jia Jahanke, another short film made anthology I did with a Mumbai production house. And then finally I did even this My Melbourne. And when I started doing this and two docu feature with crew, then I thought, okay, now I feel like I'm ready to collaborate. But that space, it took me some time to, came out from my that cocoon क्योंकि मुझे लगा था अरे मैं तो ऐसे ही कर सकती हूँ मैं तो कर ही सकती हूँ ये तो फिल्म जा ही रही है लोग उनको प्यार इतना दे रहे, तो मुझे क्या जरूरत है और कहीं वहां जाने के लिए जहाँ कहीं ना कहीं मेरा एक डर है, बट देन आई हैव रियलाइज नो, कोलाबोरेशन इज ब्यूटीफुल, यू कैनॉट बी इन दैट place always, you need to learn, you need to explore. The world is beautiful, people, so many people there, beautiful people, and they are from my tribe, we connect, so then it's nice.
Talk us about the journey from Village Rockstars to Village Rockstars 2. It's been what, 6, 7 years. When
Yeah.
did you decide to make a sequel? And you must be having a lot of doubts also, or was it very clear that नहीं ये करना ही है और ये अच्छी होगी? Because sequels are always a little challenging, because the question is कि
Yes,
will
yes,
it live up to the expectations of the first film?
right,
Because the objective, of course, will be to surpass the expectations of the first film. But
yes,
talk us about that.
right. Journey started quite early, because I remember when watching the film in the theater, big screen, it was always, it stayed with me, that stunning shot against the, sunset, how she played for the first time, and mother, how she bought the guitar and the walking home, with the guitar. So that stayed with me. और मुझे लगा, and also because Bhanita, she's my cousin, certain kind of confidence was there, a certain kind of control, because I know she's there with me always. That also helped me. It gave me courage and confidence. I saw that there would be a story. I know that from the place I come from, there are talent, in our country, and there are limitations, financial limitations, struggles, and but talent are there, and they, what happened for them, it is necessary, but when you meet these people, it's so beautiful, and it's maybe they are not there, achieving big, and they are not famous, but they are beautiful. They, like how I look at the character of Dhunu, she loves sun, she loves moon, she loves trees, she can
The trees
manage,
and the
she can
farm.
take responsibilities, she loves music. So if she's getting success or not, these people with dreams inspire me. So there was a story. I didn't struggle with the story. मुझे थोड़ा सा डाउट यही था कि धोनो, क्योंकि she tasted fame, she also became popular, and sometimes when you are at teenage, you are cautious about, कैसे आप मूव कर रहे हो, कैसे काम कर रहे हो, वो मुझे था कि पता नहीं, आई मीन वो कैसे काम करेगी, तो वो नेचुरली जो मैं चाहती हूँ ऐसे कर पाएगी कि नहीं. But even 2, 3 days when I started shooting, she was quite acting, it was a little more dramatic, not the way I wanted. But later on, जब मैंने उनको देखा कि वो, she was good, doing good, and only with the story it evolved. I had story, but it changed a lot, because that also took me 4 years, this film to shoot, because of pandemic, lot of things happened
Yeah, you made
again.
another film in between then.
Yeah, I was simultaneously making also Tura's husband, then I was making a documentary, like a feature, then one anthology, then this My Melbourne. So everything, it took time, some time, also refixing the story because of pandemic, it took me some time. But because of Tura's husband and Village Rockstars, because the kind of difficulties I faced, now I'm writing. I believe that I need to write more so that it is for everyone easier, for me also, it's better, and I'm enjoying writing. Although I'm not a regular kind of writer, every day I'm writing. I write today, then probably after a month I write. And like how I used to do and have made all like the other films, it always, it travels in my mind. I keep it, things keep coming to me and spontaneously, then I somehow sit and I write something, and yeah, it's nice.
Rima, we've noticed one thing, that your films you are set in the local milieu. You are very deeply rooted in the local milieu there. How is it then, to share the films across the world? Now you're going to Berlin, and I think Village Rockstars 2 is one of those rare films which is going to two big festivals. It already premiered at Busan first, where it won an award also, and now it's going to Berlin, and in the same section where you served on the jury a couple of years back,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So what is it like to share your films with people from different cultures across the world? And you won the Kim Jiseok Award at the Busan Film Festival. So
Yeah.
what's the reaction of people there, and what do you think connects them to the film?
That universal, it's universal, your emotions. So that is what probably in quite early I learned. When I was watching other films, I was wondering why this film is working for us, for everyone around the world. And I remember also attending a workshop, producers workshop in Cannes, where he said that act local and think global. So somehow I observe very deeply, I think, why some films works universally. So it is a language, you learn. And I honestly, I mean, all the films when it's traveling to other festivals, different parts of the world, I never felt like they couldn't connect with the film. I think the emotion, how every scenes, it's the way scenes are written. That is how they connect. I think so. It is more making it, keeping it easy. It's more visual. There are dialogues, but I think what I try is more to create a visual language in the film, and that probably it has been working for me and for my films. So only thing is sometimes, okay, my film when it is screening in India, then Mumbai, it is screening in Assam, they gets everything, the
The
nuance,
nuances.
little nuances. So that is the only difference I find, and otherwise I think is good.
Right. And as you said, you're a self-taught filmmaker. Even in Village Rockstars too, we saw that you handled the camera as well as the edit department. Do you feel you're growing in confidence in these two technical departments as such, or is it more out of you want to be in control, that's why you do it?
And no, I enjoy because I went from my production house, Flying River Films, I am making a movie. And there is no limitations for time. I can, Bulbul was for 1 year I shot, then Village Rockstars 3 years, this part two took 4 years, then Turas has been 2.5 years. So when it is like a practice for me and when I'm editing, but when I was shooting my Melbourne just 5 days, 4 days, sometimes. So when, because I edit myself, I know that what I need. Because when I was shooting kind of a film like with a crew or in that kind of setup, studio setup, then I know that I need to make this film in 5 days. I need to make this film for in 15 days probably. And I cannot go back. I don't have liberty to go back like what I have been doing with Village Access to. I'm traveling and immediately I feel like no, I'm editing here in Mumbai and I feel like no, something is missing. I need to, this is not connecting. I need to shoot. So I go back. Like in that studio setup, then I know that I cannot go
Go back
back,
there. You have to deliver.
fix that. I need to deliver. But because of this practice and because I edit and because I shoot, so somehow I have, certain kind of clarity that, oh, I don't need it. I stop. Sometimes us, like your cinematographer, if they are liking it, they want to also sometimes keep going. But because I know I don't want, I can just say, I know that, oh, sun is setting down, it's 8 hours shift, in I have only 1 hour, then I can move fast. I can tell him that just stop it, I don't need it. Let's do the next scene,
Yeah.
that kind of confidence and clarity is there because I did, I was shooting my films and also editing. Editing is like, it's magical. It can also very, can be tiring also because on edit, oh no, it's not happening. It's not flowing. Then it's quite tiring. But if when it is happening, connecting, then it's quite magical.
Yeah, it
So
was quite magical, especially in Village Rockstars too, where the edit is so good. I think I mentioned that to you also once, that a good cinema is something that happens between dialogues, and I think you have
mm,
some beautiful shots between dialogues as to where they start and where they end and how they end. So that was
thank
quite remarkable.
it was quite a new tried. I tried because I didn't want to also repeat what I did with Village Rockstars. probably Bulbul. I wanted also try, and quite a lot of layers. It is that film is layered, so it was quite risky also. That is like event coming one after another, so it was quite risky. Sometimes it might works and it might not. And when I'm so attached editing, and that Village Rockstars 2 I edited for 1 year, almost more than a year, so it's very difficult sometimes. So it was quite difficult edit for me,
Right.
especially Village Rockstars and Tura's husband. But my Melbourne I just edited for in 4 days. Then Village Rockstars or Bulbul also very limited, like within 2 months, uh, almost. But these two films took really longer time, because I also wanted to try something new, and it's risky and lot of other things. As a producer, you need to think. As a director, you need to think. Because sometimes my director's cut is actually for Village Rockstars 2 is 3 hours. My first draft was 3 hours, and some people saw it and loved that way only. Even still, a friend of mine, he said yesterday that I mean, this is also good, but
Original
what
cut
I
was better.
saw that 3 hours, you should, Rima, do a director's cut. But then I'm like, oh, I'm also the producer. So to balance it
Yeah.
is in, it's just, again, decisions to take. It is right or wrong, but sometimes
Yeah.
that is how it works.
And and as Hitchcock once famously said, that the length of the film should be directly proportional to the endurance of the human bladder. So I think shorter films, I think, are slightly better that way, keeping what Hitchcock said in mind.
For more people, I mean, it's better. Yes.
Yes, yes. So how has life changed for our global rock star Rima Das in the last 6 7 years? After Village Rockstars 1 came out, and now that Village Rockstars 2 is out in some places. How has life changed for you?
Lot of changed, a lot changed. I mean, with every film, with that success and fame is different, and also it's opened windows for me, new windows, new collaboration, meeting so many. I'm traveling with the films and meeting new people, feeling that, having that community feeling. It's easy to have access also.
So
And
for
these are there. Apart from that, as a human being, I think it is more interesting how, I have changed with each films. Because with each film, I know somehow that I cannot make, probably, I mean, people had expectations. Bulbul, every films I'm getting different kind of reviews, and every film new, and it need to be exposed, right? It is there for everyone to see. It's a journey, I mean. And the thing is, like, the most precious, I mean, or also I feel privileged when I'm making that journey, how I'm connecting with people, I'm connecting with emotions, and nature. I think that is very beautiful. So change is like, I somehow I'm the same person. क्योंकि आपका ऑस्कर जाए कुछ भी जाए, एवरी डे somehow it's a new day. आप जब फिल्म ऑस्कर गई थी, फिल्म ने ये किया, उसको लेके ही आप जी नहीं सकते हो.
correct.
It is
You got to
just
move on.
more like more, and it is your life, how you are handling your life. And that it is quite with work and myself, who I am as a person, walking together, balancing it, and learning is beautiful. Still
And
learning. Still learning. And it's actually sometimes it's not easy also. You really need to handle some sensitive things happen. You really need a lot of things. It's not like and you're in your personal life also, but it's also responsibility also
yeah,
there. So बहुत सारी चीज है, बहुत सोच के भी करना होता है. बट आई ट्राई कि जो मेरी फिल्म की दुनिया है और अपनी दुनिया है, वो कैसे, किस तरह से उसको को एग्जिस्ट करके मैं जो हूँ वो मैं ही रहूं, आई मीन. इट्स That's the challenge, you know.
That essence should remain. Yeah.
Right.
Rima,
Yes.
you know that you've set new benchmarks as an independent filmmaker, as a woman filmmaker.
Mhm.
You set new benchmarks in our country, especially. What more can we expect from Rima Das in the future?
I just want to, I mean, I want to make different kind of genre films. जब तक वो फिल्म बनती नहीं है मुझे कुछ पता नहीं होता है, but I just know that still I'm in love with cinema. I love telling stories. And when I look at, I mean, India is such a country, you just, there are so many stories, untold stories. So I look at my journey telling stories as a storyteller. It is nothing like, oh, I need to, मेरी ये फिल्म लोगों ने इतना सराहा, इतना प्यार दिया, तो I don't want that, those baggages, you know, like इस तरह की baggage मुझे नहीं चाहिए कि मैंने ये सेट बेंचमार्क सेट किया है तो उसी पे ही मुझे चलना है. आई नीड टू, यू नो, माय नेक्स्ट फिल्म शुड बी बेटर. आई डोंट वांट दैट. आई वांट टू टेल स्टोरीज. सम फिल्म्स विल बी, आई ऑलरेडी मेंशन दैट, कुछ फिल्में बहुत अच्छी भी बन सकती है, कोई एवरेज भी बन सकती है, कैसी भी बन सकती है, बट आई वांट टू गिव माय बेस्ट. I want to be authentic as possible. I, you know, can be, and just want to tell stories. So let's see. In even I am writing something now different. I'm considering is different because sometimes I feel like, am I making the same movies? You know, that also happens because आपके अंदर जो है वो बाहर आ जाती है कभी कभी. And I'm trying, and I think you will see. And with time, even myself, you know, I am also wondering because you are thinking, imagining is different, and when it, you know, you see the
Comes out.
film is
Yeah.
different. So it's a journey, actually. It's a journey. It is like you just, I just want to float, not,
I gue- yeah, I
yes.
guess you've done fabulously well on this journey so far, and I'm sure if you be yourself, you'll keep setting new benchmarks. So we wish you all the very best with
Thank
Village
you.
Rockstars 2, and
Thank
hope to
you.
see it in screens, in theaters in India very soon, as we saw Village Rockstars 1 when you had a theatrical
I hope,
release.
I
And all
hope.
the very best for Berlin and all the other festivals,
Thank
and
you.
for all your forthcoming ventures as well. Thank you
Thank
so much for taking time off and talking to
My
us.
pleasure. Lovely talking to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Rima. Thank you.